Hello, friends. In today's set of questions on current affairs, the first one is about Iran, the Iranian currency. It's actually depreciating a great deal, and why is it depreciating? Because of sanctions that have been in place since Iran refused to come clean on its nuclear ambitions. Of course, there was a deal in 2015 that Iran signed with the 5 plus 1 arrangement. 5 plus 1 would mean 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council and Germany. So these six countries came together. They signed a deal with Iran, asking it to roll back its nuclear ambitions, open its nuclear power plant, nuclear reactors, nuclear plants to inspections by the IAEA experts. What's IAEA? Well, it's the International Atomic Energy Agency, which is a UN body which inspects, the activity at different nuclear power plants around the world. Its main job is to ensure that no military activity, no bomb making activity takes place in reactors that have been publicly declared to be civilian in nature. So, Iran has not been very clear, and for a long time it wasn't clear because it's a signatory to treaties like NPT, Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. It had to come clean. Finally, years and years of sanctions destroyed. I would say that it kind of debilitated, it kind of damaged the Iranian economy. See, Iran is a nuclear ambition, is someone, it's a country that project that has a nuclear ambition to develop nuclear weapons because it wants to challenge the Saudi Arabian hegemony leadership of the Muslim world. But what you need to understand here is that because it's a signatory to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty (NPT), it cannot build nuclear bombs because under the treaty, only 5 countries, that is the P5, the permanent 5 members of the UN Security Council, can have nuclear weapons. The other countries that have signed the treaty can access, nuclear technology to generate electricity. Now, and that as a member of that treaty, Iran should have, should not pursue any nuclear weapons program, but Iran did, though it has been saying that we don't have any ambitions. But the world told Iran, if you don't have such ambitions, why don't you open doors of your nuclear plants? But then, there are issues. They say that some say that it's been secretive. The nuclear program of Iran has been quite secretive. So sanctions have come. Again, of course, there were sanctions, but that kind of damaged the Iranian economy. The world could not transact, buy, sell stuff with Iran. So in 2015, they tried it. They signed a deal called the Joint. It's a very long title, JCPOA. Now, keep that out. They signed a deal with the P5 plus 1. In 2018, Donald Trump, president of the US, pulled out. He said, we don't want this treaty because this treaty is not very comprehensive, it's not greatly comprehensive. So he said that I'll come back with a better treaty. Well, of course, he couldn't come back because he lost the election in 2020. So what happened? Well, it's just that if you look at Iran today, it's in a pretty bad shape. The currency has been depreciating. A few years back, $1, one American dollar would have got you something like 20,000 riyals. That is their currency, Iranian riyal. Now currently it's getting you this much. So you have to pay 42,000 riyals to get $1. That's pretty bad, ain't it? Yeah, it's putting a lot of pressure on the Iranian economy, especially given that Iran has to import a lot of stuff, including medicines, which are life-saving. In some of these are life-saving drugs. But then that's the case, my friends. Iran is an energy superpower. It has a lot of reserves of oil and gas, but it really cannot sell unless there is permission of the UN, and the UN has given permission to Iran to sell its oil and gas of a certain quantity so that you could get some money to buy essential stuff like medicines. But that's about it, you know. So Iranian economy is doing pretty bad, my friends. Youth unemployment is at a very very high level. Some say, see, youth unemployment, the definition of youth varies between organizations and nations, but at a general level it is 29 years. Up to 29 years you could consider youth as definition, part of definition. So Iranian youth unemployment is said to be in the range of around 45 to 50%. That is, half of the Iranian population, young people, are not employed. They don't find employment in the country. And of course, overall unemployment, while the country might say it's about 10 to 11%, it's likely to be around 25 to 30%. So nearly 1/4 of the country's labor force is unemployed. Yeah. And unemployed plus high inflation, they are destroying people, my friends, everywhere. Okay, so that's a Iranian crisis, my friends. And Iran now wants to go back on its nuclear ambitions. It says that, okay, guys, we have had enough. That's what they claim to say. So we want you to, sit down, give us a better treaty this time, and so that we could implement things. Let us see where it goes. See, this is a country I deeply follow. In fact, West Asia is one of my favorite areas. Yeah. So you know this RIEL. It is a currency of Cambodia. It's a currency of Cambodia. Yeah. Dirham, UAE, United Arab Emirates. Dinar, a lot of countries. You could put Iraq. An Indian Air Force contingent comprising 110 air warriors reached the Al Dhafra Air Base of the United Arab Emirates for participating in exercise Desert Flag's 8th edition. This is the United Arab Emirates, my friends. Okay, this is Iran. We just mentioned Iran, and Saudi Arabia, as you know, is a pretty large country in this part of the world. I want to tell you something here. You look at this particular part here. Yes, this narrow channel of water, this is called the Hormuz Strait or Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz. Okay. Now, how important is this? Nearly 1/4 of world's oil and 1/3 of gas passes through this. It comes out like this. Think of this. So it's a pretty important area. What's a strait? The Hormuz Strait, we said. Now what is a strait? A strait is a narrow channel of water that connects two that separates two land bodies. You see this Iran on the north and the UAE in the south, Iran and in Iran on the north. But if you look at it carefully here, this is the United Arab Emirates, and here is the same color as this area. Yeah, so that area is the same color as Oman, because Oman owns that area. And on the south side of the Hormuz Strait, you have the United Arab Emirates and Oman. Okay, so I just wanted you to become familiar with this. How big is this? See, at one point the Hormuz Strait is at its widest 96 kilometers. Okay, this is the widest point here is 96 kilometers, and the narrowest point this is the narrowest point. This is 39 kilometers. The widest point is 96 kilometers. So it's pretty important, my friends. These kinds of areas are called choke points. Choke. Closure of this area could choke the world economy. Yeah. Now, if you would want to know about these countries here, each of these countries, the United Arab Emirates, if you want to know, the capital is Abu Dhabi, and the ruler is Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. This is the ruling house's name. This is a family that runs the country. Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Oman. Oman's capital is Muscat. You can see down there. Yeah, this is Oman. Okay, Muscat is in the north of the country. Muscat, and the ruler's name is Haytham. Haytham bin Tariq Al Sayyid. So this is Al Sayyid dynasty. Al Nahyan dynasty runs the UAE, United Arab Emirates. What about the choices here? Oh, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, King Salman. King Salman. And the currency is, currency is Riyadh, but we were discussing, you know, no, see, when you look at Saudi Arabia, this country is the largest in the Arabian Peninsula. Largest in the Arabian Peninsula. Large part of the country, especially here, I just want to tell you, this is called the empty quarter. There is nothing in this place. Empty quarter. So King Salman's surname is Ibn Saud. Ibn Saud. King Salman bin Abdul Aziz Ibn Saud. Okay. Bin means son of, basically. So, son of Abdul Aziz Ibn Saud. Ibn Saud is the surname or the family of the ruling house of Saudi Arabia. Yeah. So if you look at countries like Kuwait, Qatar. Okay, let me clear this first. This is Qatar and this is Kuwait. Kuwait's capital, as you know, it's easy to know, Kuwait City, and the ruler here is a guy named Nawaf Al Ahmad Al Sabah. No, Al Zabair. Al Zabair Al Sabah. Nawaf Al Ahmad Al Zabair Al Sabah. Al Sabah is the surname of the ruling house, my friends, in Kuwait. Okay. Kuwaiti currency is very strong. How strong is it? It's the world's strongest currency. You give one, you have one Kuwaiti dollar, let's say. Kuwaiti dinar, it's called dinar. Let's say this is one Kuwaiti dinar. I give it to you. You will have to give me $3.27. Yes, $3.27. We in India have to give 80 rupees to get $1. In Iran, you have to give 42,000 riyals to get $1. In Kuwait, it's the other way around. So Kuwait has a very strong currency, the world's strongest. You will have to, if you give one Kuwaiti dinar to me, I will have to pay you $3.27. Yeah. So much to see. This is a fascinating thing. Economics, politics, they all go hand in hand, my friends. Yeah. Qatar's capital Doha, and the ruler's name is Tamim Al Thani. Tamim Al Thani. Okay. This is the West Asian region, of which African nations presidential elections has Bola Tinubu been declared winner. Nigeria. He is a new president of Nigeria. This is Nigeria. Nigeria is a very large country. You see this here. It's Africa's most populous country. If you want to write Nigeria, Abuja is the capital. Abuja is the capital. The president, you could write Bola Tinubu, and the currency is Naira. Okay. Who did he defeat? he no not defeat, of course. The guy current president has not contested, and they these both of these guys have they come from the same place. They come from the same place. Okay, so who's the guy who's going out of the of the presidency? Muhammadu Buhari. So Tinubu is succeeding Buhari. Okay, the yo kind of photo, na? The guy is yo kind of thing. Chad. This is Chad. Very large. It's in the it's a large nation, but it's one of the poorest countries in the world. You can see it's in the Sahara. Chad's capital is Endi Jamina. Endi Zamina. And the president here is Mohammed Debi. Mohammed Debi. ठीक है. Mohammed Debi. Then what about Algeria? Oh, Algeria, my friends, is Africa's biggest country by area. This is Algeria, the biggest country in Africa by area. Okay, and the 10th largest in the world. India is 7th largest. 8th is Argentina. 9th is Kazakhstan. 10th is Algeria. Okay, and the capital, as you would see here at the very top here, यहाँ पे Algiers. This is the capital of the country, and the president is Abdel Mazid. In actual, the true spelling is Madgid. Don't worry, I'm not going to pronounce the D there. So Abdel Mazid Tebboune. Abdel Mazid Tebboune. Then we have Niger. This is Niger. Yeah. Again, a very large country. Niamey, that's the capital. Niamey. And Muhammad Bazoum. The spelling of this, first name Muhammad is different in different countries. Okay, here it is Muhammad Bazoum. Bazoum. Okay. Yeah, Botswana. You can see Botswana down there is here. You can see it's here. This is Botswana. Okay. Botswana's capital is Gaborone. And the president is a guy called Mokwitsi. What is it? Mokwitsi. Yeah. Masisi. Sometimes the spellings of these names are difficult to, remember. Never mind. Okay. Who among the following persons was awarded the 2023 Marconi Prize, widely considered to be the top honor in the field of telecommunications technology? Hari Balakrishnan. Hari Balakrishnan. Who is this Marconi? Just write this. Marconi. His full name was Guglielmo Marconi. Guglielmo Marconi. Okay? Guglielmo Marconi. He is called the father of the radio, the inventor of the radio. Inventor of the radio. And he received the 1909 Nobel Physics Prize. Nobel Prize for Physics. Okay? For his contribution to wireless telegraphy. Okay? Now, I was reading about Hari Balakrishnan, and I found that he had done his BTech. He was born in Nagpur. He had done his BTech at IIT Madras, and then he went abroad. He kind of studied there, and he did a PhD also, I think, from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and or was it University of California, I guess. So he He's a full-time professor today at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. His father, V. Balakrishnan, was a mathematics professor, physicist, yeah, physics professor. Then his mother, Radha Balakrishnan, was also, a physics professor, and his sister is his colleague in a different department at MIT. So all physics guys, yeah. So an Indian Air Force contingent comprising 145 air warriors is participating in Exercise Cobra Warrior at UK's Waddington Air Force Base of the Royal Air Force. Apart from India, which other countries are participating in this? All of these. Since we are not going to discuss much about the exercise itself, we will just write the capitals. Yeah, not the capitals, maybe just the leaders, because the capitals in the case of South Africa would be three. Um, Prime Minister of Finland is Sanna Marin. Sanna Marin. Okay. Sweden, Ulf Kristersson. Ulf Kristersson. Oh, Kristersson. Ladies and gentlemen, I ate up the S here. Is Krist. United Arab Emirates, United States of America, Joseph Biden. South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa. Singapore Prime Minister is Lee Hsien Loong. Twice we have mentioned, there's been a mention of the Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force's chief is Air Marshal, Air Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary. Air Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary. Okay. See, typically where there is a monarchy, like in Britain, they use the word prefix royal. Okay, where the head of the state is a monarch, they typically use royal, as an appellation that is before the actual thing comes, everywhere. Royal Army, Royal Navy, Royal Air Force, like that. First, the center kicked off year-long celebrations to mark the 284th birth anniversary of Sant Sevalal Maharaj, a spiritual and religious leader of the Banjara community. Which of the following are other names? All of them. All of these are other names of the Banjara community. As you know, the Banjara community is a nomadic community. Banjaras are nomads. Nomads, nomads. They are gypsies. They do not have a settled place. They keep moving between places. Okay. So I was reading about, I never heard of Sant Sevalal Maharaj. So I looked up and I found that he was, he died quite young. He fought against the ruler of Hyderabad, Nizam, that is, the ruler of Mysuru and the British army for the rights of the Banjara community and the forest dwellers. So for the Banjara community, for the nomadic community of Banjaras, Sant Sevalal Maharaj is nothing but God. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, which state government entered into an agreement with the United Nations women to boost women-friendly activities in the state's tourism sector? Kerala. Kerala, one of the major sources of income for Kerala, of course, two major sources would be sale of alcohol. The second is tourism. So then you have commodities like rubber, spices, stuff like that. That brings in a lot of revenue for the government of Kerala. But coming to UN Women, you could write this. UN Women started in 2010, I guess, in the city of New York. NYC is New York City, and it's some, what is it? Seema Sami Bahus. She's from Jordan. She's from Jordan. Seema Sami Bahus. She's a Secretary General. Now, when it comes to tourism, a lot of states depend on tourist, inflows. The top three states with highest visitors, or most visited states in India are top three, as per what the Minister of Tourism had said in the Parliament of India recently. The most number of visitors go to one, I'll put one, two, three, Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is India's most visited state. Maybe because of the cultural diversity, the temples, the architecture, beautiful temples. There are awesome temples in Tamil Nadu. If you look at the Meenakshi Madurai Mandir in Madurai, the Srirangam Mandir, Rock Fort in Trichy, you have the Brideshwara Mandir in Tanjavur. Then there is this temple in Kanchi, yeah, or Kanchipuram. Vellore there is temple. There are plenty of temples everywhere. Yeah. So, but then Tamil Nadu is number one. Number two is Maharashtra, and number three is UP. Maharashtra, UP. Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, UP. Okay. These are India's most visited states, and I think Rajasthan, which with most of us identify Rajasthan with tourism, with Rajasthan. In fact, I think it comes in at the fifth or sixth place. Yeah. Which of the following nations won the ICC Women's T20 World Cup trophy for a record sixth time? Australia. You could write this. Yeah. ICC Women's T20 World Cup, 2020 World Cup, host South Africa, and winner Australia, sixth title, and runner-up South Africa. Then player of the series, Potts, player of the series, Ashley Gardner, Australian Ashley Gardner. Ashley Gardner of Australia. Okay. That's about it. Yeah, this was in South Africa. Yeah, host. Then 2024 tournament host Bangladesh. Okay. Giorgia Meloni will be the chief guest at the 8th Raisina Dialogue to be held in India. Giorgia Meloni is the Prime Minister of Italy. And Spain's Prime Minister is Pedro Sanchez. Greece, Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Okay, let me take it here. Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Portugal, it's a presidential system, so let's look at the president's name. Rebelo de Souza. It's a very long name. I'm cutting it short. Rebelo de Souza. Alexander De Croo, in case of Belgium. Alexander D. Crew. Okay. Olympic champion Armand Duplantis set a new pole vault record, world record 6.22 meters at an indoor meet. Duplantis represents Sweden. It's there on his jersey there. But you know, he holds a dual citizenship of America and Sweden. But he represents Sweden in his sport of pole vault. You know what? Um, this guy is just about 2022, and he's already the he is Olympic champion. He's a world champion. Both. He is a Diamond League gold medal winner. So he's won practically everything in the world. Okay, in his sport. Let me just clear this, and I'll just give the names of capitals for a change. Some extra stuff. That's it. Norway is Oslo. Poland is Warsaw. You see this? Both this start with one letter, end with the same letter. Sweden's capital is Stockholm. Italy is Rome. Finland, Helsinki. See, as per the 2022 FIFA awards, identify the correct statements from those given below. All of them are correct. Yeah. ABCD, all of them are correct. Why don't you write this title? 2022 FIFA awards. FIFA awards. So you could write best men's player. Best men's player dash Lionel Messi, Argentina. Okay. Next, best women's player. Alexia Putellas of Spain. Next, best coach. Best coach. Men's. Lionel Scaloni. Lionel Scaloni of Argentina. No. Best men's coach. Yes, Scaloni, Argentina. Yes. I the right. Okay. Sometimes it's confusing. So many names. So much to remember. Learn and remember. Best women's goalkeeper. Sarina Wiegman of Netherlands. Okay, so we finished with best player, best coaches, and then one more thing we could look at. Best men's goalkeeper. Best men's goalkeeper dash Emiliano Martinez of Argentina. Emiliano Martinez of Argentina. Next, best women's goalkeeper. Best women's goalkeeper, Mary Earps of England. Mary Earps of England. Last prize, FIFA Special Award. FIFA Special Award. Nash Pele, Brazil. Okay. To mark the discovery of the Raman effect by the Indian physicist Chandrasekhara Venkataraman in 1928, India's National Science Day is celebrated on 28th of February. 1928 is when the Raman effect was discovered, and ladies and gentlemen, this is India's Science Day. Okay, so for this, Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman received the 1930 Nobel Prize for Physics. Okay. Now, look at this. January 12th, National Youth Day. Youth Day. Why? It's a birthday of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda. Then you have National Sports Day. Then August 29th, National Sports Day. Birthday of Major Dhyan Chand. Next, November 11, National Education Day. National Education Day. National Education Day. National Education Day. Birthday of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Birthday of Abul Kalam Azad. Kalam Azad. Next, December 26th, I guess. No, December 22nd. December 27nd, National Mathematics Day. National Mathematics Day. National Mathematics Day. Birthday of Srinivasa Ramanujan. Okay. The Finnish Parliament recently approved to join the NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Choose the correct statements about Finland. Is Oslo its capital? Helsinki capital? Sanna Marin, we just mentioned, is the Prime Minister of Finland. Finnish and Swedish are its official languages. Yes, it is. Nordic, it is a Nordic and Scandinavian country. So, I'll just tell you something. This is right. Oh, the virus come off. Oslo is the capital of. I think something is wrong with this. It's not moving. I think it's stuck. Oslo is the capital of Norway. Okay, Oslo is the capital of Norway. B, C, D are right about Finland. E also is right. What is a Nordic country? There are 5 Nordic countries. You could write this. 5 Nordic countries. Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Iceland. Okay. You know what's the Parliament of Finland called? It's called Eduskunta. What is it called? Eduskunta. In the Finnish Bhasha, Finnish language, the name of the Finnish Parliament is Eduskunta. 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 Just right. NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Dash 1949, the year of its establishment. 1949. Dash. Head office Brussels. Head office Brussels. 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 Dash. Dash. You could also write Secretary General. Secretary General. Secretary General is Jens Stoltenberg. Jens, Jens. Jens Stoltenberg. 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 Okay, Jens Stoltenberg. That should be fine. It is stuck, I guess. Okay. Let us see if it's not stuck now. Looks like it is stuck. So we'll just pause it and then we'll come back. Let's take it forward and after receiving the no objection letter from the Union Home Ministry, the names of which two Maharashtra towns have been changed to Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar and Dharashiv. Aurangabad has become Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, while Osmanabad has become Dharashiv. Now, there have been long-standing demands in this region by certain groups, and that's how the names have been changed. Aurangabad was, it had come from the name of Aurangzeb, who was here for a long time. In fact, Aurangabad is home to a place called Bibi Ka Maqbara. Now, it's an obscene copy of, it's a pretty poor copy of Shah Jahan's Taj Mahal. Shah Jahan was Aurangzeb's papa. Okay. And Aurangzeb was one of the 4 children of Shah Jahan, and I think he was number 3 actually. Dara Shikoh was the eldest, and he was the favorite of his father. But Aurangzeb killed Dara Shikoh and sat on the throne after sending his papa into house arrest actually. So he wanted to build a tribute. He wanted to give a tribute to his mother. So he built a copy of the Taj Mahal in Aurangabad, called it Bibi Ka Maqbara. Bibi Ka Maqbara, mother's tomb actually. Yeah. So it's not great looking actually. It's a pretty poor replica of the Taj Mahal. Yeah. So all these places, of course, they are all in Maharashtra. So we'll not go there. Which is the first platform to launch UPI, Unified Payments Interface Light Payments, to enable quick and seamless transactions of up to ₹200 without having to enter a PIN to make a payment. Paytm has come up with this. UPI has picked up speed, and hundreds of crores of transactions happen every month, which is good for the country actually. And this is because people don't have to use cash for all this. Paytm was founded by, and it's still run by, a guy called Vijay Shekhar Sharma. Vijay Shekhar Sharma. PhonePe is owned by this American company called Walmart. What is it? Walmart. And PhonePe is run by Rahul Chari. It was founded by Rahul Chari, Virgin Engineer. There are 3 guys actually, but I think too many names is always a bad idea, isn't it? Okay. Samir Nigam. Look, since I started, let me give you the full names. Samir Nigam, Nigam. Samir Nigam. Virgin Engineer, Burzin, Virgin Engineer. Then Rahul Chari. 3 guys started this basically. So from there you could go to the next one. Deakin University is set to become the first foreign university to enter India via an independent campus in Gujarat's GIFT city. Deakin's based in Australia. But what's GIFT? Gujarat International Finance Tech City. Gujarat International Finance Tech, TEC, Tech City. Okay, now this is in Gandhinagar. I just have two pictures of Australia here so that you become familiar with Australia. See, Australia has a few territories. It's a pretty large country. How big is this country? Well, it's 76 lakh square kilometer big, twice more than India's area. And ladies and gentlemen, it has a population of 2.6 crore. That's because Australia, in central Australia, in fact, if you move a few hundred kilometers from the coast into the inland, if you move inland, it becomes very inhospitable. There is a large number of deserts here. In fact, you see this entire area is desert here. Then here, there is a region called Outback, Outback. Outback is extremely inhospitable. It's an arid place, pretty deserted, and pretty dangerous also in terms of wildlife and lack of resources for food and water. It's the driest continent on the planet. Okay, driest, flattest continent on the planet. See the deserts. It's a pretty large, number of deserts there. So this is Australia, and this is Tasmania. This island here, you can see Tasmania, the island of Tasmania. So Tasmania, Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, Northern Territory, South Australia, Western Australia. These are the territories these are the states, or what I call provinces in Australia. Australia's capital is Canberra, 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 and its Prime Minister is in India right now, Anthony Albanese. Anthony Albanese, Albanese. He was there in Ahmedabad while he was he watched the cricket match between India and Australia at Ahmedabad at the Narendra Modi Stadium along with India's Prime Minister Modi. So, which private sector lender entered into an agreement with Exim Bank of India under the Trade Assistance Program to support cross-border trade transactions? RBL Bank. See, RBL Bank was started in the 1930s 1940s by two persons, one from Kolhapur, the other from Sangli. It was started as Ratnakar Bank. What is it? Ratnakar Bank. So the old name of RBL Bank is Ratnakar Bank, and the current CEO of this bank is C. Subramanya Kumar. C. Subramanya Kumar. Let me spell it, not C, it's R. R. Subramanya Kumar. R. Subramanya Kumar, one word. Subramania Kumar. Subramanya Kumar. I'm spelling primarily because the tablet has gone bad. So then we have Bandhan Bank. Bandhan Bank's run by Chandrasekhar Ghosh. Catholic Syrian Bank is run by, what's his name, Pralay Mondal, Pralay 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 Mondal, Mondal, Mondal. City Union Bank, Dr. N. Kamakodi, Kamakodi, Kamakodi. DCB Bank is Development Credit Bank. It is, it's run by, the CEO is Murali Natarajan. Okay. Hey, Exim Bank of India. Exim Bank is Export-Import Bank of India. It's run by Harsha Bangari. Which Indian city recently hosted the 2023 BioAsia Summit? Hyderabad. My city, Hyderabad. Pune is home to the National Film Archive of India. National Film Archive, ARCHIVE, Archive of India. Ahmedabad, you would find the Physical Research Laboratory, PRL, Physical Research Laboratory. Chennai, Central Leather Research Institute. Bengaluru Raman Research Institute, or the Indian Institute of Science. The Archaeological Survey of India recently stumbled upon a 1300 800-year-old stupa right in the middle of a mining site in Jajpur district of Odisha. It is believed that this was a place where the condylite stones were, extracted, mined, and sent to, Cuttack, Bhubaneswar areas to build temples. So there are two stupas found. One was a smaller one, which is completely destroyed because of mining activity. The second one was this. They have found, not the entire stupa is intact, but they are looking at restoring it actually. Okay. So hardly anything else to discuss here. Russell Khaimah announced plans to establish RAK Digital Assets Oasis, the world's first free zone dedicated to digital and virtual asset companies. This is in the United Arab Emirates. See, the United Arab Emirates comprises 7 emirates, or what you call Emirat provinces, kingdoms. 7 kingdoms came together to form one country, the United Arab Emirates. If you want the names of all the 7, I can give you. In fact, you must be familiar with a few of these. One is Ras Al Khaimah, that's one. 2, Abu Dhabi, which is the capital actually. Abu Dhabi, ABU, Abu Dhabi, DHABI. Abu or Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. 3rd, Dubai, which you are familiar again. Again, you are familiar with this. 4, Sharjah. 5, what is that? Fujairah, Fujairah, Fujairah. 6, Ajman, AJMAN, Ajman. 7, Al Quwain. I know it's difficult to pronounce also. Al Quwain, Quwain. I repeat, Quwain, Quwain. That's these 7 came together to form one country, and consequently you have the United Arab Emirates. Okay. So Turkey we have been discussing for some time now. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Oman we discussed a while ago. In which of the following categories did the Indian film RRR win at the 2023 Hollywood Critics Association? All of these actually. Okay. So this is also a question that we have been discussing for a long time. To promote coastal tourism, which state will build the country's first marina or a boat basin offering dockage at Bindur? This will be in Karnataka. This will be in Karnataka, my friends. This will be in Karnataka. So I want you to know the names of the coasts. So there is a Konkan coast. Konkan coast. Konkan coast is Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. The coasts of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, are called Konkan. Together are called Konkan. So the coast of these 3. Kerala coast is called Malabar, Malabr, Malabar. So Kerala coast, Malabar. Odisha coast, Utkal, 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 Utkal. Tamil Nadu coast, Coromandel, Coromandel, Coromandel. Which union ministry is recipient of the Porter Prize 2023? See, this prize is named after Michael Porter, who is a professor at Harvard University. Michael Porter is considered the father of global business strategy. In fact, he is the father of marketing. Some people call it marketing, but generally business strategy. Okay, because different people give him different titles, but he's the father of strategy. He's still around, of course, and this prize has been given to the Ministry of India's Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for its exceptional job of taking care of the country's health during the COVID pandemic, and especially its vaccination drive. So who is the Minister of Health and Family Welfare? Mansukh Mandavia. Mansukh Mandavia. Mandavia. Mansukh Mandavia. Then Mansukh Mandavia also holds another ministry, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Chemicals and Fertilizers. Then Ministry of Agriculture is headed by Narendra Singh Tomar. Narendra Singh Tomar. Narendra Singh Tomar is actually Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, but you can write that. Next, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It's Hardeep Singh Puri. Hardeep Singh Puri. Hardeep Singh Puri dash also heads Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Petroleum and Natural Gas. Next, Minister of Information Broadcasting, headed by Anurag Singh Thakur. Anurag Singh Thakur, who also heads Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs. Ministry of, sorry, no, that's Kiran Rijiju. Ministry of Information Broadcasting. No, I think I think I'm right, because Information Broadcasting is already mentioned. It's headed by Anurag Singh Thakur. It is he heads the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs. I'm sorry, friends. Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs. Ministry of Education, Dharmendra Pradhan. Dharmendra Pradhan also heads the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Okay, plenty of things we wrote. Vietnam selected a new president, Vo Van Tong. Okay, and which of these are right about Vietnam? Hanoi is the capital. It is. Dong is a currency. Yes. Shares border with China. This is Vietnam. So you can see this. This is Vietnam. This is China. Okay, there is Macau here. There is this Hanoi. Okay, so China, Laos, China to the north, Laos and Cambodia to the west. These are Laos and Cambodia. Fair. So Ho Chi Minh is the capital city. No, it's the largest city. It's the largest city, my friends. It's the largest city. So you have Vietnam. You know what? This region, Laos, Vietnam, and Cambodia were together called Indochina. What were they called? Indochina. That was the name. Why Indochina? See, this was ruled by France, and France called this region Indochina because, see, the Indo part relates to the people who practice faiths like Buddhism that started in India. Okay, and you for hundreds of years, thousands of years, people here have practiced Hinduism. For some years Hinduism, but mostly it was Buddhism that was practiced here. Then you have the culture part that comes from India. If you look at the China part, it is to do with the racial stock of these people. They're all Mongolite people, Mongolite. Okay. If you look at Cambodia, there's a lot of this. There's this huge temple called Angkor Wat, Angkor, Angkor Wat. It's the world's largest Hindu temple complex outside India. It's dedicated to Bhagwan Vishnu, Angkor Wat, Angkor, Angkor Wat, VAT. So dedicated to Bhagwan Vishnu, built by Suryavarman II of the Khmer dynasty, Khmer. So you can learn a lot of things like this. If you watch this Angelina Jolie movie, Tomb Raider, the opening sequence was shot here at the Angkor Wat. So this is India. You can see this is India. As per the International Monetary Fund's Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva's recent statement, which country has the potential to contribute 15% of the global growth in 2023? That's a huge. 1/7 of the global growth is likely to come from India, but then you need to understand that there are a lot of variables. political stability, economic stability, civil war conditions, environment, climate, drought, famine, inflation, global inflation, national inflation. Then, there is this entire thing about supply chain. So there are a lot of variables. But yes, we are growing at a pretty fast rate, much faster than the rest of the world's main economies. Okay. A constitutional bench of the Supreme Court has ordered that election commissioners will be appointed by the President of India on the advice of a committee comprising the Prime Minister, the LOP, the Leader of Opposition, and the Chief Justice of India. Okay. Now look at this. Who's the Prime Minister of India? Narendra Modi. Leader of Opposition? No one, because no party has at least 10% of the number of seats or the total strength of the Lok Sabha. Okay. So there is no leader, Leader of Opposition. Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Dhananjay Chandrachud. Dhananjay Chandrachud. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India is Girish Chandra Murmu. Girish Chandra Murmu, yes. Then Vice President of India, Jagdeep Dhankar. Jagdeep Dhankar. Who is the current election commissioner, chief election commissioner of India? The chief election commissioner of India is Rajiv Kumar. Rajiv Kumar. Who are the two election commissioners? Arup Chandra Pandey and Arun Goyal. Arun Goyal, Goel, Goyal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 8th edition of the Raisina Dialogue in New Delhi. They choose the correct statements about the Raisina Dialogue. All of them are right. But Raisina Dialogue was started by the Observer Research Foundation in 2016. Now, why the name Raisina? See, Raisina is the name of a hill, basically, which is home to the Parliament of India and the Rashtrapati Bhavan, mainly the seats of the government, basically. Policy comes from here. Okay. And Giorgia Meloni, a while ago we saw her photo. She was the chief guest here. And you see these words like provocation, uncertainty, turbulence, lighthouse in the tempest. Tempest is storm, tufan. So a lighthouse in the tempest is very important. Otherwise you wouldn't know where is the land actually. When you're in a boat, you wouldn't know where is, tufan, you would want to come to the shore and, you need lighthouse for that. Okay. That's about it. For the first time in several years, in the last 3 years at least, we have had some technical problem wherein I had to cut it. Otherwise, it's a single talk. That's all from me, Bharat C. Jain. Have a lot of fun. Stay curious.